Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. First off, I just want to start with saying I apologize for not uploading last week. I honestly just couldn't come up with like a solid enough idea for a video. I didn't want to just put something together like last minute, like do like some bish bash bosh type of video. So I was like, do you know what, let me leave it for this week and I'll think of another one so that I can upload one for the next week. So here we are and we're gonna get into the video. First person that I want to be talking about is Timbaland. So if you guys don't know who Timbaland is a famous record producer who was especially popular in the early 2000s. He kind of was very popular during the whole Y2K era and the R&B scene. Like Timbaland was that guy to work with, and he collabed with artists such as Nelly Furtado, and he also collaborated with Justin Timberlake on a lot of his R&B music when he used to make R&B. Now, to get into why Timbaland recently has been kind of accused of being a weirdo is because, if you guys didn't know, Timbaland was close to Aaliyah. Like, he worked with Aaliyah. They worked together on a few projects, things like that, or some of her music he produced. In an interview, like an old interview that you can find of Timbaland, he makes some very strange remarks towards how he views Aaliyah.
I'm gonna give up a little secret. I was in love with her. I said, but I'm not, she's just a baby, I'm old. I said to myself, I'm just gonna be her brother. Oh man, I was fighting a big war, but I love Leah.
So you guys have just seen that clip now, and another thing that Timbaland is also being accused of is he is only with his wife now because she looks like Aaliyah. Keep in mind, at this time, Timbaland was... Okay, so this is an editor's note. I just did some research because at the time when I was filming the video, I didn't know the exact ages, but I just looked up now. So at the time, Aaliyah would have been 17 and Timbaland would have been 24. It's very strange when you think about the way he was talking about her, but this is a very young girl and this man was grown and he said this with confidence. Like, that's just very strange. Next up, we have Diplo. Now, if you man don't know who Diplo is basically a washed up DJ, songwriter, record producer. He's just in the industry, and he was part of a formerly well-known group called Major Lazer. Now, if you man are Gen Z like me, or you just listen to a lot of music on the radio back in the 2010s, people like EDM groups was really like the move. They were very popular and Major Lazer was one of those groups. They had songs such as Lean On, Cold Water featuring Justin Bieber, and Light Up become smash hits. So back in the 2010s, they were very popular, or they saw a lot of success. Now Diplo is a member of Major Lazer, as I said, and Major Lazer has been together since 2008. So Diplo has been in the music industry for quite a long time. In 2020, Diplo was accused of inappropriately having conversations with a minor named Shelly August when she was in high school. Shelly August claims that he had reached out to her through Twitter and asked her for her Snapchat. She also claims that one of their first interactions on Snapchat was him asking her for NUDES. I don't want to say the word because I don't know how sensitive YouTube is to this type of stuff. So, I've spelled it out so you know what I'm saying. And at this time, Diplo would have been 36 and Shelly was 17. He also apparently was sending her NUDES of himself and asking for very specific types of NUDES from Shelly in an interview that she did with a YouTuber called Sloan, where she had talked about how Diplo would say that pictures she sent of herself in her underwear or undergarments were not legitimate nudes. So he would ask for specific type of pictures. He also apparently sent videos of him being intimate with other women and pressured Shelly into seeing him. And when Shelly had moved to LA when she was older, he constantly kept badgering her to meet her in his house in the hills, and she decided to give in and she met up with him. Like, she went to his house and she claims that the two of them drank excess amounts of wine, and then on the meeting, this is where they were first intimate. And Shelly repeatedly told Diplo that she did not want to be recorded while they were intimate because, you know, as she said before, he had been recording his intimacy with other women and sending it to her through Snapchat. So she made it very clear she didn't want to be recorded. And she says that she distinctly remembers him replying to that saying, "F this, I'm recording."
When I lost my virginity to him, he was 41. Even when we first started talking, when I was 17, he was 36. I was like sitting on the floor of the hotel hallway crying and saying like, why did I break my moral?
So once Shelly had come forward with all this information in 2020, she claims that she was harassed by Diplo and his legal team, and when she came forward, they were pressuring her to retract her statement.
He told me they want a public apology from me. Why do I need to apologize for what you did to me so I can help save your image? If you care about your image, stop committing these crimes.
She even had to get a restraining order against him. Then now we're going on to a separate allegation where Diplo was accused in 2019 of SA following a show in Las Vegas. Now, the woman who accused him of this specifies that she was underage when Diplo pursued her, and he was aware of this. She claims that he slipped something into her drink and then R-worded her. She then retracted her statement 10 days after filing, and it is believed that she did so because she was threatened or pressured into doing so, as Shelly, the woman who came forward about her experience with Diplo in 2020, claimed the same thing. And another situation regarding Diplo is with a very popular artist called Azealia Banks. I don't know if you man know Azealia Banks. If you do know her, she doesn't have the greatest reputation, but Azealia Banks did share her experience that she had with Diplo a few years ago. And basically at the time when Azealia Banks was 17 and Diplo was 29, he reached out to her on MySpace and would ask her to engage in inappropriate behavior with him, and in return he would give her musical exposure and help her get her music out there.
Wait, did you hear that Diplo's still like having like teenage girls?
No, yes.
I used to have some Diplo when I was 17. Like, yeah, Diplo definitely found me space, because I've like always given him credit for launching my career off, but yeah, I had to give him some teenage to do it. He's always been like preying on kind of like young ethnic girls.
In general, I just think that the fact that Diplo has this many allegations under his belt, and this is not even me just talking about all of them, because there's apparently even more than this. Like, he had a situation with MIA as well. It just goes to show that Diplo is a strange guy, and a lot of people don't know about this because, you know, Diplo, he's not that popular, so it's like, well, I guess he's just not as relevant anymore, so most people, he's gonna fly under their radar. But even that situation with Quentin Blackwell, like, that is the first time that I had become aware of what Diplo had actually done, and I'm thinking, this is someone who's established in the industry who, you know, is supposedly has a lot of power. So it's like, it's scary to think that, you know, he keeps preying upon these young girls, especially these young girls of color. We've got a lot to get into with this next person. Okay, so next I'm going to be talking about Trey Songz. Now, if you man don't know who Trey Songz is, to be honest, I'd be quite surprised if you don't know who Trey Songz is. But For the people who don't know who Trey Songz is basically a washed up R&B artist. He was very popular in the 2010s, maybe even like late 2000s. Like, he was very popular in the R&B world. Like, you know, every young girl, you know, thought he was good looking, attractive, they all wanted him, blah blah. He was basically on like some Chris Brown type of beat or wave. That's what he was. So for the people who don't know about Trey Songz's plethora of allegations, I'm going to basically give you a breakdown. In 2018, he was arrested at his home in LA after a felony DV allegation where a woman named Andrea Barrera claims that he choked her and threw her to the floor. Then in 2020, a woman named Eliza James, who is a popular influencer, claims that Trey Songz urinated on her without her consent and also took her purse and phone and hung it over the balcony, threatening to drop it if she tried to leave. Then in 2021, Trey was being investigated about an essay that had happened at a Las Vegas hotel, and then in early 2022 he was involved in a lawsuit where a woman who says she dated him consensually was essayed by him at a party at his house in 2016. Songz apparently saw that she was so distressed and he took her to the hospital, and at the hospital her injuries were so severe that she had to get ANAL surgery. You can basically just tell from that Trey Songz is a person who I strongly believe needs to be locked up and the key needs to be thrown away, because it's no way a guy has this much damage that he's done and he's just been able to get away with it. Like, that's crazy, bro. And this is just public information that we know of. Who knows how far back it actually goes to what this guy has been doing. This is just the information that I could find readily available.
Trey Songz was there with his date, and I go to the pool house, literally, and I swear to everything, he's giving me the eye all night, and I was like, okay, what's going on? This is weird. I go to the pool house, which is like right by the pool, and he literally is at the door and pushes me against the wall and puts his lips on my lips and is like, let's do this. I'm like, oh my god, I know, it was cool. And I said, no, I said, I can't, I'm not doing this right now.
Your lawyer dropped the charges, okay?
Yeah, stop! No, but I said, no, I'm not trying to do this right now. He was, I was playing anyway. I don't want that anyway. And he walked out of the, that's something else happened, but I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that.
So next person I'm going to be talking about is Charlegmane the God. I'm not going to be saying his full name because that's blasphemous. So for you man who don't know who Charlegmane is an American radio host, and he hosts the popular podcast or radio show The Breakfast Club, where they basically interview popular celebrities, influencers, people usually within black spaces and like black culture. Charlegmane was accused by a woman called Jessica Reed of SAing her when she was a minor. She claims that she was 15 at the time, and he actually said in a clip, which I will insert later, that he had got her Spanish fly, which is basically him saying that he put something in her drink and then proceeded to be intimate with her. But in the clip that I'm about to play, he claims that she was super drunk, like quite out of it. And at the time he was 22 and this girl was obviously a minor. And some people have been arguing back and forth about the whole case, and Charlegmane recently tried to fight in court that the charges should be dropped because they did a DNA test for the kit and they found that the DNA was inconclusive, like they couldn't find a match for his DNA. So the way he explains it in the clip I'm about to play, it just comes across like kind of gross, like it's just kind of gross and dirty, like ill. Like I don't know, when I first heard it I was just like ill, like, and he's laughing about it with this guy in this clip, and I just find it quite concerning.
I got this girl real drunk, and That sentence sounds a little fishy.
I got her drunk.
I didn't just get her drunk. I remember I went to the sex store and got Spanish Fly.
Oh, so you raped her?
Shut up. Spanish Fly. They sell it in the sex store. I'm telling the truth. They sell it in the Spanish store. I had the fucking.
They sell knives at the store too. You could put that to a girl's throat and have sex with it. That doesn't mean it's illegal.
So I put the Spanish Fly in the E&J. We drinking the E&J and shit. So in my mind, I don't know if this shit really worked, but I felt like I got horny as a motherfucker too. Right? So she was drunk as shit, and we had sex and shit, and like.
And it's not really something that's come back to haunt him. Like, nobody really talks about it. Nobody really knows about this situation. But I just think that is quite concerning. The last person that I'm going to be talking about on this list is Drake.
21, can you do something for me?
So obviously I don't need to explain who Drake is. Everyone knows who Drake is. But yeah, Drake, famous rapper, Canadian rapper. Yeah, we all know who Drake is. For the guys that don't know, Drake was actually exposed, I guess you could say, for texting famous Stranger Things actress Millie Bobby Brown. According to the interview that Millie Bobby Brown did, she said that they would regularly text each other and he was giving her advice about boys. But at the time, Drake was 31 and Millie Bobby Brown was 14. And personally, even if the conversation is innocent, it's not nothing sinister, I don't think it's appropriate for a man who is past 30 to be messaging a teenage girl, especially one that's like freshly a teenager. Like, I don't know, that's just quite strange. And apparently even before that whole thing, Millie Bobby Brown was being pressured by her parents to end the relationship that she was in so that she could make more friends and network with people in the industry, assuming people like Drake. So I just find the whole situation a bit strange. And then another similar situation happened with Billie Eilish, who at the time was 17, told Vanity Fair in an interview that she's texted Drake and he was nice, which made more people question why Drake keeps conversing with minors. Like, Billie Eilish at the time, underage, Drake again, grown man, and like he's engaging in conversation with teenage girls. I'm not, saying that Drake is grooming anybody here. Like, I'm just saying, like, that's why there's some sort of, a bit of discourse around Drake, talking to minors. And then there's another situation where Drake was apparently dating a teen who was 18 at the time, and this teen was Bella Harris. And a source claims that Drake waited outside the restaurant which he and Harris had gone to clear out before he sat down at a table with her. So basically what the source is claiming is that these two were on a date. And then there was another situation in which I actually found the clip of, where Drake fondled and kissed a 17-year-old girl on stage in 2010, and he was aware of her age. And in this clip, you can hear him saying, "I don't know if I should feel guilty or not, but I had fun." And I don't know, something about that to me it's just a bit strange. You know what I mean? You man can decide for yourselves at the end of the day if you want to support any of these people or if you want to withdraw your support or whatever. But I definitely feel that the things that I've talked about in this video for some of these people is very alarming. And I feel like at least one or two of these people on this list should not be people that you should be supporting or following or endorsing. I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do. If you want to continue to support Diplo, or you want to continue to support Charlegmane or whatever, like, that's your own business. Like, I don't really care, but I'm just here to say what these things that I found out, because I feel like a lot of people just don't know, like they don't know. So that was the purpose of this video. I'm not trying to convince anybody to drop or remove Drake from your playlist or do whatever. I'm not here to like dunk on your faves or anything, because let's be real, almost every celebrity has done something problematic. They've done something that's frowned upon. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like targeting or singling anybody out before anyone in the comment section tries and tells me, oh, why are you coming for Drake? You man are just haters. Oh, why are you coming for XYZ, bro? I'm not like trying to hate or anything. Do you know what I mean? I don't have hate for any of these people on these lists, because I'm not, you know, I don't care heavily enough for these people like that to be dedicated to hating them. But this is just meant to be a video to inform people of what they've done, so you man can decide if you want to support these people or not. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Do you know what I mean? I've already made my decision, so you can make your decision for yourself. Like, that's just really it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being back for another video on my channel. For the people who are new and enjoyed my videos, make sure you subscribe, turn on post notification, and select all, or else TikTok, YouTube is not going to notify you when I upload. Follow my other social medias, watch my other videos. I uploaded a video about TikTok's looks, maxing, and phrenology 2 weeks ago, and the week before that I uploaded a video about the adultification of minors. So you can go check out my channel, watch the rest of my videos if you enjoyed it. And yeah, thanks for watching to the end of the video, and yeah, hope you have a good day. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you man in the next video. Bye.